Hello once again. Hope you can hear some of this music. Very nice. Turn it down slightly. This actually is nothing to do with any of my releases for a change. So it's actually this. So Kathleen Baird and Pekka Eraksinen. I apologise if I mispronounced that, but I'm new to Pekka's work. Pekka he died in 2019, I believe. A Finnish artist and musician, given to more avant-garde compositions for the most part, and electronic works and whatever, electroacoustic works. And this album, Hungry Shells, which I think has got a stunning cover, it's really nice. This album was actually quite new to me. I only heard it for the first time 3 weeks ago, I think. It's really nice. I was sent that to review for Adverse Effect, and I was sent a promo CD, and I liked it so much that I purchased a copy of it on vinyl, because I'm never satisfied with a promo CD. So if I like something that much, I need it either as a proper CD or on vinyl, preferably vinyl. But CDs are good as well. I've said it many times. I love CDs as well, and I do buy CDs. But this was within my price range, so I got the vinyl, and it's a really nice album. I'll turn it down a little more. I review stuff at Adverse Effect, and there's another guy in England from Hampshire. I think he's from Hampshire, but near Portsmouth anyway. So quite near where my parents live. Called Steve Pescott. He's long written for Adverse Effect, but yeah, he also contributes reviews for Adverse Effect, and both of us do reviews, but we only review physical formats. We're not bothered with streams or links to downloads or anything like that. I don't like that medium myself. I always prefer physical formats. I like to see artwork, even if it's a promo CD. I like that tangibility. I can, there's some press notes and the artwork itself. So I had a feel for the thing. I just don't like streaming and downloads. I'm not into digital music generally, apart from listening to stuff on YouTube now and again. I just don't bother with it. I listen to music on CDs and vinyl. So, but yeah, we're always open to anything at Adverse Effect. I always say this, but I'd love to expand on Adverse Effect. But unless more people get involved, there's very little chance of that. And I would like to do another physical copy at some point as well. But and I've even got some material for that as well. I'd like to do a piece on Frans de Waard's book publishing. We've got another Steve Pescott feature lined up, given to reissues and archive releases, cosmic music, psychedelic obscurities, weird electronic stuff, that things of that nature, which are generally crosses over with my own areas of interest as well. So anyway, yeah, if you've got anything to review, send it. If you're doing music, send it. As I said, as long as it's physical, we're happy. Cassette, vinyl, CD, promo CD, whatever, just don't have time for anything sent digitally anyway. Don't like the format, but I don't have time. I probably said this before in relation to demos sent for Fourth Dimension or whatever. Turn that down a little more. I get so many emails that if people sort of embed a link in their emails, invariably it will just get sort of, forgotten about 2 days later. It's very difficult for me to get to links, even the links I want sometimes as well. I have to listen to links sent to me that relate to releases I'm doing, and sometimes, it has been known that I've forgotten about one or two of those in the past as well, simply because I get so many emails that they get buried. So just don't like it. So anyway, so Adverse Effect is one thing, and as I said, love this album. Hungry Shells, brilliant, and I must investigate the late Pecker's work, especially. Completely new to me, and I understand there's a box out on vinyl on demand. I need to get that. I really need to find a copy of that. But next time I've got some money spare. So don't know how much that costs. I think it's on Discogs for about £70 or £80. So a little bit outside my limit outside my budget at the moment. But one day I'll track down a copy of that. Nothing really to report regarding the labels this time, beyond just announcing that everything's in limbo. The Richard Young's CD, New Emptiness, I nearly forgot the title, that should have been here last week, but it got delayed at the last minute because there was a hitch with the CD label or something. There was an oversight there. So I was informed by my contact at the plant that the CDs won't be ready. I think he wrote to me on Tuesday, and he said that they would be ready in 3 days' time. So we're probably looking at early to mid next week before I hopefully receive the CDs. So that's the next CD release on Fourth Dimension, New Emptiness by Richard Young's. Really nice music. One of his more avant-garde releases yet again. This one is composed around loops and drones and textures, some voice on there as well, which I'm really pleased with. I think Richard's got a really nice voice, and anytime I hear that on any of his work, it really kind of lifts it up slightly, I think. So not to criticize anything else he does. He's a fantastic musician, and he does avant-garde really well as well. He also does pop and rock really well if he chooses to. So and that's what I like about Richard Young's as well. He's just one of those people of whom there are very few that can magically turn his hand to any kind of music, and make it his own as well. So I think there's a real skill in doing that. So although in the past, I think I asked him to do a dub album for me. I think that was Calmont Breakdown. So it's a CD that's long gone now. I might have one copy. I think I found one copy in a box somewhere the other day, but I'm not going to list that in the shop. But yeah, I think I challenged him to do a dub album, and this is absolutely. I mean, there's some space on the CD, and maybe there's some kind of rhythms that hint at dub, but hint, if you're drunk or if you've taken some ketamine, maybe you'll hear some dub in it. So, or some MDMA or something. But no, not that I do anything like that, but these days. No, I'm alcohol only now, really. So his idea of a dub record is definitely different to most people's idea of dub. So, it's a really nice album. New Emptiness, it's called. If I remember correctly, it's 5 compositions or 6, and it's again one of his more avant-garde releases. Although a little softer than some of his avant-garde work for Fourth Dimension anyway in the past. Um, yeah. What else? Justin K. Broadrick wrote last week and said that the final masters for his CD on the label should be with me anytime now, I think. Excuse me. God, dear, oh dear. Just dying, you know. Yeah. So I think the masters for the final CD will be with me anytime now. Once I've got those, it's game on with getting that into production. So that will be the next CD on Fourth Dimension. There's still a Jolt Chorez double CD lined up and vinyl album, but whenever the vinyl might happen, I don't know. I mean, vinyl's just a complete joke right now. Yeah, it still is. And I'll go back to vinyl in a minute. But staying with CDs, yeah, so Jolt has a double CD coming at some point, but he keeps promising this work to me, but nothing's happened yet. I think he's waiting for somebody to do artwork for him, but he's been waiting forever. So, and on that note, there's a Kleischvar CD coming in the autumn as well. I think we'll hopefully have everything ready for late September, October maybe. We're just waiting for Chris Lowe to do the artwork. He's doing some photography for the cover again, the same as the last album, In the Guts of a Year, of which I've got a few returns from the main distributor, Cargo, about 10 copies here maybe. So yeah, just waiting for that. And there's also a Splintered double CD, hopefully going to be ready in, again, October, perhaps. We're just finishing the tracks at the moment. It's taken 2 or 3 years to do all the music. It's going to be a double CD simply because most of the songs are upwards of 10 minutes. So my idea is to have 3 or 4 songs on each of the 2 discs. I don't like CDs that are, that maximize the 70 or so minutes time limit. I'd rather break the album into 2 separate parts and keep each disc to a more manageable 45 to 50 minutes length. So as I said, 3, 4, maybe 5 songs, but I don't know. Most of the songs we're doing now are 11, 12 minutes long, and I think they're fully justified at that length as well. They're not just that length for the sake of it. They need to be that length because of the nature of the music. It's very hypnotic, and there's lots of stuff going on as well, lots of elements that come in later as well. So Splinter double album happening, and again, I think we'll start work on the artwork for that fairly soon. The bassist Paul Wright is a sculptor and works with stone and wood, and because he's been the driving force of this recent Splintered work, really. Although I may have pushed everybody in the group to start doing some new work, he actually took the initiative and started working on music. I can't do that because I'm a complete non-musician. The most I can do is what I did several weeks ago by virtue of using a wooden flute and just improvising with it. So that's all I can do. And of course, I always add my vocals, and Julie ruined everything probably. So actually, I think I'm better than I used to be, but I don't just shout and scream anymore. But yeah, I've got my limitations. Let's put it that way. I still think I add something to the mix of Splintered or theme, but I'm not a musician. I have to work with people who can who know what to do with music. You know, it's certainly not me. I know what sounds good and what doesn't. I think I'm very good at that, but hence my labels being exactly as they are. Um, um, but yeah, that's as far as it goes. I'm certainly not a musician. Have trouble staying in time with anything. You know, never mind anything else. Keys, notes, what? Chord changes, what are they? So well, I'm not kidding. So not completely anyway. Or I am a little bit. That's what I should say. So, but yeah, Splintered, Kleifar, Final, Jolt, Chorez, Richard Young's next week. So yeah, if you're interested in all of those or any of those, and you've taken out the CD deal so far, consider extending it. The option's there in the shop. It'll be below. The links will be below here. You can extend your CD deal by 1 CD, or you can extend it by 3 CDs, or you can start again. You know, or if you're new to the CD deal, excuse Laura crying in the background. It's bath time. I need to hurry up and finish this so I can get to her as well. Yeah. If you've been thinking about taking out the CD deal, please go for it. I think it's a bargain. £30 for 7 CDs, including 4 new or upcoming CDs. It's fantastic. I don't have that boutique label mentality. This is all. It's always been about music and music on physical formats. Really, if you can hear that, that's sorry. I think it happened last time. Actually, we're not torturing her already. I promise you. So yeah, no, it's bath time, and I really had better hurry up. So yeah. Maybe we should use her in Splintered. Yeah, after all this, you probably can't hear that, and it'll just sound like I'm talking about some non-existent screaming, but she is screaming. I can definitely hear it anyway. Anyway, so yeah, at the moment there's a summer slump, as there always is with music. Anybody running a label will probably know this, and it doesn't matter how high up the ladder or how low down you are, like me. You know, there's always a slump between mid-June to mid-September. Sales are at an absolute minimum. There's very little interest. What spare money people have during this time of the year goes on cold beers and ice cream, you know, and holidays, of course. So doing summery things, going to the pub garden and having a few beers, you know, cold beers, sounds very good to me. So yeah, people don't have money for this, so there's always a slump in the summer. But yeah, and because of that, yeah, all support that still comes in is very much appreciated. So vinyl, as I indicated already, is still a nightmare. I'm waiting for Kleifar test pressings that were sent to me from England on the 15th of June. Steve Pittis sent them. Steve Pittis of Dirta Promotions sent them to me. Gary Mundy got his and approved the test pressings, but I'm still waiting for my copies. Maybe they will come tomorrow. The postman called me earlier and said he's got a package for me, and I think it might be those, because he mentioned there'll be a charge, and I'm not expecting anything else from Britain or America at the moment. So I'm expecting a couple of European packages, but nothing from outside. So I'm hoping my Kleifar test pressings will finally arrive tomorrow, and yeah, and then we can proceed with the actual pressing. I still need to get the artwork done as well, so and get the covers done. Yeah, what else? So I'm also waiting for the Edward Caspel test pressing, 10-inch test pressing as well. It really sounds bad. Oh dear. I'd really better hurry. And I'm waiting for Nick Mott and some other vinyl news. What else? Grim Humour Books. The second Grim Humour book is with the printer. Should be some news on that very, very soon. Also, I'll be announcing the Mark Perry ATV book pre-order information within the next couple of weeks, probably. And I'll do a separate upload about that in the near future, in the next couple of weeks as well, probably. And whilst on books, I was recently invited to write about books for a blog called The Pensive Quill. And I posted a link to that on various social media platforms like Twitter and Facebook recently, and it seemed to go down quite well. It's just me rambling about my favourite books, some of them being childhood books as well. Yeah, favourites from my childhood or teenage years or from my 20s, or books that made a big impression on me for one reason or another. And I think books, it's fair to say, are a passion of mine. I don't get as much time to read for obvious reasons as I used to. But it will come again. I do read generally every day, even if it's just a few pages before sleeping. I've got a huge pile of books waiting to be read here. I keep buying books and adding to the pile of unread books. But I do try and read every day, and I really enjoyed participating in this. It was nice to be invited to do something for the Pensive Quill, and if you're interested in that, there'll be a link below for that as well. So there'll be links for Adverse Effect, the Pensive Quill, and the shop, should you be interested in the imminent Richard Young CD or the CD deal or any of the releases that are upcoming or some of the past releases as well. And I think I'll keep it there. Don't think there's anything else. I'd really better go and help Bath Laura. And again, just finish as I started. Really recommend this album. It's not an easy listen. It's definitely an uneasy listen. It's difficult music, but it's my kind of difficult. I really, really like this. It's phenomenal, and I'm on a Pekka trip. As soon as I have money to get more of his work, I'll be doing just that. So it's an amazing album. So and there we are. Maybe that's another good reason to send anything to Adverse Effect, because maybe I'll be shouting out about something as often as possible, wherever possible, including here. So it's always nice to receive new music on physical formats, and it's always nice, especially nice, to receive something that makes a big impression. This is glue to my turntable at the moment. Really good album. So and Pekka, again, just very quickly, Pekka is somebody whose work I was completely unfamiliar with. Some people might have thought I should be familiar with this, but no, I wasn't. So it's nice when something just comes out like that, comes out from the dark, and hits me over the head a few times, and makes me wish I'd been familiar with that work a lot sooner. So, but it's never too late. So, maybe some people feel that way about some of the releases that I do as well, or maybe they will in the future. Who knows? But thank you very much. I better go. Sorry for looking so tired, but I am bloody tired. I'm completely zombie mode at the moment. It's been really hot here as well in Velička the last few weeks. It's cooled down a bit this week, but it was up to 37 a few days last week, 35, 37. Awful. Absolutely terrible. So good ice cream and cold beer weather. So yeah, there we go. And on that note, I'm going. So thanks a lot for listening, watching, making it to this to the end of this if you've got there, and supporting anything I do, or watching, reading anything, should you do so. or listening to anything. Thanks. Bye bye.